Hi, I'm Sandy. Today's practice will be a practice of a grounded flow. We'll create a lot of opportunities for you to build strength and stability in your legs. And then from that strength and stability, you'll find great balance within your practice as well. So grab a few blocks and a blanket if you have one, and let's get started. Welcome. We'll begin today's practice in a comfortable, easy seat. Consider taking a blanket and supporting your hips, your pelvis, with an anterior tilt forward. Create a nice base of support for your spine. Relax through your shoulders, soften through your face. Begin to notice the sensations arising in the seat you've created. Begin to notice your breath. Take a nice full inhalation and a soft extended exhalation. Take a few moments here. Feel the invitation to notice sensation, to notice breath, and use these powerful tools to invite yourself into the space of presence. Become present of this inhale and this exhale. Consider closing your eyes if you haven't already. A few more moments here, centering into this intentional time that you've carved out in your day, time for practice. And gather your palms to meet at your heart, and let's seal this intentional time together, breathing together, full breath in and extended breath out. And float your eyes open, pause a moment, prepare to carry this intention with you through your entire time on the mat. Slow transition, make your way into child's pose as you'll send your hips back towards your heels. And allow the arms to rest comfortably on your mat. Feel the forehead connect either to the mat or slide a block underneath, and start to rock the head side to side. Tap into the physicality of the shape you're creating. Notice the sensations. Notice the breath. Create a nice steadiness and quality of ease as you inhale and exhale. Consider coming to child's at any time throughout the practice today. Rise up to hands and knees, come to tabletop. Heart and eyes come forward on the inhalation. Send your spine high on the exhalation. We'll take 2 more rounds of cow and cat. Heart and eyes forward as you breathe your way forward, heart and eyes. And send the spine high, gently drawing chin towards chest as you round the spine into cat. Inhale forward and exhale the spine high. Take a moment to settle into a neutral spine of tabletop. Tuck your toes and move the hips back. Set up the arms, the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, press the mat away. Draw your low belly in and lift a little through the pelvic floor. Create this nice, strong container within the center of your body. Slow progression to downward facing dog as you ease the knees up and you shift the hips back. And take the eye gaze through your legs and set the eyes on a spot with a soft gaze. Notice the breath. Notice what you feel. And breathe into this felt experience that you're creating here on your mat. Felt experience to be with presence. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lift up onto your toe mounds on the inhalation. Press back through the heels as you exhale. 2 more times. Lift up, breathe in, and press back as you breathe out. 1 more time. Lift up, and then begin to press back. Draw your right knee in towards your chest and place your right foot through to your hands. Ease the back knee down and tuck the toes. Root strongly into your front foot As you press the mat away, you rise up, sweeping the arms up and overhead into a modified crescent lunge. Stay connected and grounded in the feet. Press into the top of the back foot. Gather into center. And as you organize from the foundation of strong legs, cinch into center and create extension and a lift up through the spine at the same time. Relax through the shoulders. Release the hands down gently. Pick up the back knee and take a big step up into your first forward fold. Pop up your toes, spread out from your big toe mound over to your little toe. Shift some weight back and forth, forward and back till you settle in and you notice the heel bones. And draw these lines of awareness, and then move the awareness from the feet up the legs, firm up your thighs, up into the hips as you feel a hinge and the crown of the head is moving down. Begin to half lift, sliding your palms to your shins or thighs, and on your exhalation, hinge from your hips to come back into the fold. Root into your feet, soften your knees to come up against gravity as you stretch the arms up and overhead into mountain. And then pause a moment to bring your hands to your heart as you take a moment to stand. Stand tall and stand well. Breathe in, breathe out. Glide your hands up and overhead, and with strong legs in your heart, slowly come back down into your forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. As you breathe out, plant the hands and step your right foot back to runner's lunge. You'll be on the left side. Ease the back knee down, set up the foundation in your feet, and then spread out into the four corners of your front foot. Press into the top of the back foot. Gather in, draw the shoulders up and overhead. Extend up through the hands into your modified crescent. Keep rooting down, but gather in and feel extension and lift at the same time. Ease the hands down, frame the front foot as you pick up the back foot and the knee, and then draw your left knee in towards your chest to step the foot back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to get into both feet. Shift forward to high plank pose and shift a little more onto your toe mounds. Ease your knees down. Pause a moment in this modified plank. Press the mat away, gather in. Your heart and your eyes are casting ahead. Now soften the elbows and lower with control all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes and you'll press into the tops of the feet. Strong in your legs, press the mat away, and from the strength of your legs, the upper body will rise into the back bend of baby cobra. Lower your forehead on your exhalation. Press up to hands and knees, toes are tucked as you move the hips back. Ease the knees up and shift the hips back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Listen closely. Draw your left knee in towards your chest as you place your foot through to your hands for Warrior One. Flatten your back foot, root into your feet, gather in, and then rise up with the shoulders over your hips. Draw your low belly in. Notice if your front ribs are coming forward. Cinch in, gather to center, and lift and extend up through the fingers. Brighten the pose, lift your heart, lift your eyes, soften with your breath. On your next exhalation, release the hands down to runner's lunge. Bring the heart and eyes forward, then take a big step to the top of the mat and fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold on the exhalation. Feet are about hip distance. Bend the knees and lower the hips. Inhale the arms up into chair pose. Root down into the heels. Hug the inner shins in and press your outer thighs out. Strong in the legs. Cinch in around the waist and lift the heart. Lift the eyes. Take a breath. Hinge and fold on your exhalation. Half lift, breathe in. And as you breathe out, step your left foot back to Warrior One. Flatten your back foot, root down, and from the rootedness, rise up and extend, lifting the shoulders up and over the hips. Take a few moments, gather in and organize. Strong in your legs, gather to center, and lift the spine up out of the pelvis as you're extending and lengthening through the fingertips. Soften your gaze, notice and feel. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands down to runner's lunge. Heart and eyes come forward to create extension in the spine. Now transition back to downward facing dog by drawing the right knee in towards your chest and stepping the right foot lightly back. Take a moment to settle. Settle into both feet. Settle into both hands. Listen closely. Lift up onto your toe mounds, and then on your exhalation, swivel your heels to the right and keep pressing them out away. Notice the sensations up through the side body. Come up to center, lift onto the toe mounds. Exhale, swivel the heels to the left, press the mat away, and notice the line of awareness up through the side body. 2 more times, up through center, inhale. Swivel heels on the exhalation. Stay in the quality of downward facing dog. Up to center, inhale. Exhale, swivel heels to the left, press the mat away. Come up through center, lift up onto the toe mounds, and as you exhale, soften and let the heels get heavy. Let the hands get light. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw the right knee in towards your chest and step through. Set up for warrior one, but shorten your stance this time about a foot's distance. Find that foundation and then press into the feet to rise up. We'll begin to prepare for pyramid pose. Bring your hands to your waist, strong in your legs. Begin to squeeze the front leg straight, drawing back into your right hip crease. Feel a lift through the spine and then lengthen forward and let the heart come forward as you'll begin to come into a half fold. Pause at the halfway point and stretch your right hand back and your left hand forward. You begin to come up out of the fold, switch the arms. The right hand will rise up, the left arm will be down. 2 more times, strong in the legs. Pull back into the right hip crease as you begin to come halfway, stretching forward through the left hand and back through the right. Last time, come up, switch the arms, take a breath. Exhale, you'll come back into the half fold and extend. Now lift the chest a little and then bring the palms to meet at your heart. We'll prepare to come into balance. Come into airplane. Root strongly into the front foot and bring a quality of softening into the front knee. You'll begin to shift forward. As you begin to shift forward, float your back leg up. Keep the toes on the back foot pointing down. Cinch in and gather in. Feel extension from the crown of your head through to the back heel. Steady your gaze. Soften the breath. Notice and feel, connect to the present moment and to the experience of balance, of strength, and ease. Slowly make your way up and step lightly out to ground yourself back into both feet. Take a few moments, breathe in and breathe out. Glide your hands up and overhead, and with strong legs in your heart, exhale your way all the way down with control into forward fold. Half lift as you breathe in, fold as you breathe out. 2 more times, half lift, strong legs. Exhale, fold. 1 more time, half lift, inhale. As you exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, breathe in and breathe out. Draw your left knee in towards your chest and step the foot through to your hands to set up for warrior one, taking the shorter stance. So draw the foot in about a foot's distance and then find the foundation there to rise up. Hands will come to the waist. Setting up for the pyramid, you begin to squeeze the front leg straight and you're drawing the left hip back as you'll feel the spine lift up and extend forward. Stay strong and connected. Relax through your shoulders. This time you stretch the right hand forward, the left hand back. Take a breath and then you'll switch the arms as you come back up to stand. 2 more times, gather in, hinge, and then expand out from the strong gathering into your center. Come back up, switch the arms. Last time to hinge forward. Gather in from that strong organization, then come into the expression from that organization. Expand through the fingers. Stay rooted in the feet. Now lift a little almost out of the fold as the palms will come together. Prepare for airplane. Bring that softening into the front knee. Feel the connection to your heel bone to your sitting bone. And then press strongly. Come into the balance as you float the back leg up. Keep the right toes pointing straight down. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep the quality of gathering into your strong center. And from the gathering in, you expand and express the shape out into every part of your body. Soften your gaze. Slow and steady on the release as you lift up and step lightly out. to mountain. Breathe in and breathe out. Glide your hands up and overhead. Inhale. Strong legs and heart lead you down with control on the exhale. Half lift on the inhalation. Fold on the exhalation. We'll begin to come into a twist here. So consider a block underneath your hand. You'll begin to soften your right knee and slide your right hand, either tending the fingers to the space right in between and above your toes. Either hands on a block or tent the fingers. Bring your left hand to your waist. Now lift and create extension first, then come into the rotation, draw the left shoulder back. Check in with your head and position your head and your eyes where it feels helpful and comfortable in the spine. Keep the hand on the hip or consider extending the hand up. Spread out through your fingers. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, come out of the twist and just alternate softening both knees side to side. Half lift, breathe in. Fold as you breathe out and you set up for the twist on the opposite side. Tent your fingers ahead of your toes with the softness in your left knee. Right hand comes to the waist. Now press into your fingertips or press your hand into your block as you feel a lift and extension first through the spine. Create the extension, then come into the rotation as you're drawing the right shoulder back. Consider keeping the hand on the waist, or option to revolve and create extension and length all the way up through the top hand. Relax and breathe, set your eyes, expand with the inhale, soften with your exhale, release gently out of the twist, and then alternate softening each knee, side to side. Settle back into both feet, half lift, and forward fold. Widen your stance, catch hold of your elbows, come into ragdoll. Stay strong in the foundation, rooted in your feet, firm in your thighs. Feel the hinge at your hips. Relax and release through your neck. A few more rounds of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your bind. Bring your feet back to hip distance. Half lift, inhale. Palms will come to the mat. Step the feet back. Downward facing dog. Slow and steady, begin to ease the knees down into tabletop. Take a round of cow and cat. Heart and eyes forward on the inhale. Spine high on the exhale. And release into the neutral spine of tabletop. We'll come into a seated position and come into a seated straddle. Consider a blanket again underneath the hips to support the pelvis and the nice anterior tilt forward of the pelvis. Stretch out your legs long and just consider the width of your legs, that which feels helpful, that which feels supported. Once again, just like in your standing forward folds, lift a little, create the extension, and then feel the hinge at the hips as you start to slowly come forward into your fold. Notice your knees, keep some flexion in your feet, and then notice the heart. Continue to allow the heart to draw forward. Relax through your neck. Take a few moments here, set your eyes. Notice the sensations, notice the breath. Smooth and steady on the inhale. Long extensions on the exhale. Create the stillness in your physical body, but notice this quality of movement on the interior, the steadiness of breath, the smooth movement of energy through the body. Let your eyes slowly begin to bring yourself up all the way to the seated position and give yourself a moment to relax. Gently consider windshield wiping the legs side to side. And then start to slide the soles of the feet up. The knees will be bent. Slow windshield wipers of the knees side to side. With care, make your way back onto your mat. Extend the legs long and ease your way all the way down into a reclined position. Stretch your hands out and overhead. Reach and extend from your fingertips to your toe tips. Gather your knees in. Give your knees a squeeze, a little rocking side to side. Settle into stillness. Squeeze your legs straight up to the ceiling. Arms stay relaxed by your side or extend the arms up and overhead. Relax in this passive inversion. Stay connected to breath. Stay connected to presence. Stay connected to the intention you created at the beginning of your practice. This inhale, this exhale. Bring the knees back in. You'll continue to hug the right knee in as you stretch the left leg out the length of your mat. Feel the extension out through the hip flexor. Hug the right knee in a little more and take a twist as you guide the right knee over to the left side. Consider a block underneath the knee and feel the rotation as you draw the right shoulder back. I invite you to pull away from strong stretch sensation or anything that subconsciously may equate to a sense of doing. Create this nice supported being, this space where no work's to be done, nothing to produce, just accessing presence. Slow and steady, come back to center. Gather both knees in, and then keep the left knee in as you extend slowly out the right leg all the way the length of your mat. Hug the left knee in a little on the inhale. Begin to guide the knee across to the right side on the exhale, coming into your twist. Take a moment to notice. Notice any strong stretch sensations that may be arising. Notice where you could support, where you could invite yourself to just be. Slowly make your way out of the twist. Gather the knees in. Rock the hips side to side. If it feels good in the spine, round yourself up into a tight little ball. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to extend yourself out into rest. Come into Shavasana. Use props that you may need to support this space of rest. Consider a blanket underneath the head, some space filled in behind the neck. You may want some flexion in your joints of your knees. Just find that supported space. And stay here and linger here. The invitation for you to take this time, this intentional time of rest, closing the practice. And as you feel you've taken your time in Shavasana, you'll prepare for the transition off your mat and back out into the rest of the day. And so as you're ready to come out of Shavasana, slowly bring the movement back into the body. With care, roll to your side, stay in absorption of the experience you've just created, and support yourself as you make your way back up and find a comfortable, easy seat. Give yourself a few moments to settle into your comfortable, easy seat. Feel supported, feel grounded. Gather your palms to meet at your heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Prepare to carry this experience with you through the rest of your day.